wall at C this time.
They did not. It's been a slight little change up. Is Jemkin this time going to be dead on entry? Walls go up. Blocking, locking everybody out of that B site. Tap onto the door, Monyet. Trying to push forward here.
Sorry guys, wifi-nya Nentod anjing.
Spoke across, shots
Mati
exchanged.
babi.
Looks for more. They all line up. Nearly finds an ace of his own.
Kan anjing, bete banget gua. Gabut anjing.
13-13. We are not following the same script as Fracture. This time we will go a bit deeper into OT.
The whole round here, RRQ is just one step behind. Nongshim is doing a great job. It's the A-Robo control off the rip. It's a change-up of where the wall is even. It's not in front of C.
Bete banget
You're seeing
gua.
all this smoke, you're seeing all this pressure. RRQ flirts with it a little bit to try to keep a couple players planted there, thinking, okay, you know, they've been leaving an extra player over at A to control that sometimes. Maybe we can sneak through into B. But Nongshim's so ready for it with a wall of their own with 2 players, and Persia makes the most of it. Go again.
This time just Monyet solo on the C site. Not going to be giving Tambi that opportunity to just go for a timing spray
Fuck
and get a
that
free
shit
kill.
anjing. Lagi seru-serunya babi.
Through confirming some presence still though outside at C mount.
Long no si Bang Becin. Si Biu anjing.
Hunting for it, but
Welcome. Anjing ini part 2 babi. Part 1-nya mati tadi. Internet gua, wifi gua nggak tahu, nggak jelas.
It's far enough back that you would have to reveal your position.
Ah, elah.
The wall to pop.
Ya time lu
He's already
kurang.
paid the price for that once. Bit of stall, a little bit of delay for RRQ, but Nongshim
Ah,
towards B, it
babi lah.
seems like
Jangan lupa di like guys, bete banget gua.
finally found
Mati
that razor
anjing.
vine, got that pop.
Tadi ada Vio, halo
Attention
Vio.
away. There was no fast hit. Looks like it's gonna be an A call. It's gonna be on Cushy to try to play a little bit of defense. He gets a spot of a couple heads.
he's noticed quite just yet, but now yeah, will absolutely have it confirmed as the pass lane gets popped. Dambi can't see a damn thing. It's still sliding forward.
Nice.
Straight up. Puts up with the Odin.
Urusan ente bang, ini gendutan malah. Nice. Nice. Aduh, satu lagi, please. Satu lagi. Aduh, terlalu open. Nah, ini baru lagi. Anjir, gue tadi lagi hype banget, cok. Gara-gara Jemkin tiba-tiba ulti kan. Reja ulti, guys. Bam, 3 orang mati, dia mati. Tapi menang roundnya. Terus tiba-tiba wifi gue mati. Ketinggalan 2 round, anjir gue. Dibalikin ya ini. Jangan lupa di like, guys. Sebel gue. Untung jam segini, kalau udah malam nggak gue live lagi, nggak gue lanjutin anjir.
Trying to use their Odin of their own to punish it.
On reveal. Nearly back out, but that's a headshot onto Francis. Now finds himself at 7 HP. Bit of decay there as well. We'll go ahead and back up to 41. Somehow, neither of them backing away from this angle. Monyet on the jiggle. Getting the spot out there on the Dambi, realizing how close they are. Decides to just go ahead, back away a bit. Gives up some more space.
This is a perfect call from RRQ to bring out this Odin to try to put some pressure.
Waduh, anjing, deg-degan gini gua.
I was curious to see if they're going to try to shift back over to the other side of the map, but still they're really keyed in on this C hit. Or maybe just trying to get the wall out. They got the wall out.
Wall's out!
Oh!
And Ivy's in front of it! They are not ready for that! He is trapped in!
Nice, Kush.
But he still
Aduh,
manages to
anjing.
come away with a second
3
kill.
tuker 2.
Player advantage now here in the hands of Nongshim as they look to extend this even further. Margaret waiting, the paranoia not colliding. Here's at the Prowler, the Thorns popped. A wrap around the back side here of the C site. They know where Margaret's at. The flash comes through, but Monyet is able to find the kill. The relay.
Aduh, anjing.
Sets up for Persia to get the 1-2 tap. Expero now here on his lonesome. With players ready to surround. Grabs the spike, tucks back over here towards water. The plant coming in. The haunt gets the reveal. The seas.
Lagi seru-serunya sih.
14-14, we keep going.
14-14.
This is insane stuff from Nongshim. I thought maybe
Aduh, live chat di
RRQ
kanan
gonna be able
lagi
to break through this
anjing,
A
berubah
rumble
lagi
chokehold.
babi.
They never tried to re-clear that space. Instead, they just sort of stood outside that door, and Ivy, what a smart play to get ahead of that wall and catch RRQ completely by surprise. That is the way they have all these different setups off the back of the Vice wall for Nongshim has really given RRQ fits on this C site. Now there's going to be another timeout. I assume it's Nongshim. Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
Nongshim making the call here. But from here on out, no more intervention. Nothing remaining. Other than
Fuck
the
lah,
players' wits.
anjing
And
bete
they-
banget gua. Tadi ada Cevio
this timer
datang
hits zero.
mati. Sorry
Gotta
Cevio.
dig deep now.
Ntar kita cek dulu.
See if you can find that one weakness, that one extra moment. Plays like Ivy just made are difference
Sorry
makers.
Cevio.
Plays like with Jemkin, the ace, can completely change the tide. But who is going to come through? One more defender side for RRQ. It's been both teams finding great success on that half. I'm looking at the map and I'm looking at attempted breakout here by
Bang
Nongshim.
babi cowok wifi anjing, gamut gue dari babi.
Response is going to be from RRQ. No Odin this time for the side of RRQ. There is one for Francis. He's going to try to spam to open up those angles potentially if they get any contact, but none found. There you go, right in a tree.
Paranoia sent across. RQ rushing forward to try to fill some
Nice.
space. Persia able to find one.
Nice.
Yeah, comes up with two. Persia, Ivy both on the floor. Downby, however, still continuing to try to fight back. There's that one. Jemkin forced away. The blast pack taking him to safety. In the meantime, Ping
Oh
is
my
coming
God,
down.
Margaret.
Seems like they are reading this. They ping out upper. They know that Margaret might be there, but he still might be able to win the fight if he finds the timing here. Jemkin gunning down one. Margaret
Alah.
swoops in, finds the other. It's Downby. Collects Jemkin, and now it is all down to Xparrow. Hot on their heels. Shots firing out. They know exactly where he's at, and they're pivoting across over towards the A site. Spike now being planted. Downby down to 59. Takes the rope up. As Margaret checks back over towards the attacker's side spawn. The drop down. The collision. Inevitable. But
Nice.
it's Sparrow able to find the headshot. Not even suffering any damage. Perfectly even. 91 health on both players. Buys v buys. Phantom v Vandal. The plant here in his favor. Trying to get it through the corner. He's holding for it. And now he's just going to hold it the whole way through.
Nice!
Margaret
Nice,
did not
RRQ.
get it. Sparrow gets the Red Bull clutch. And RRQ
Nice banget
Goodbye
cok.
to once more get up to match point.
This match has everything.
Nice banget cok.
Just clutches, holds, aces, everything you could want. This round begins by a delayed re-hit of the A side by RRQ that does some damage to Nongshim, but they recover so nicely. Margaret, even though the lurk is identified, there's nothing that RRQ can do about it because they pushed on a B site, they're trapped.
Severo
Forces of
bosku.
Nongshim are gonna once again contest.
Flash out, sees connecting. Francis so very low. Manages to tuck back, gets over to safety. Minimal damage taken.
This is a
Wifi
huge win for RRQ.
Nentod.
This is space.
Space opened up, but they're not
Yep.
really scaling forward off of this.
That's okay. They just need
Astaga.
to get control of this. They need to force Nongshim
Sebel banget
to
gue.
respect this a little bit more. They can work the other side of the map if they so choose. They need to keep showing some attention. See Monyet be a little bit active with that Odin. Keep those extra forces planted. Just keep making noise over here. Throw some smokes. And maybe, just maybe, they can break through onto that C site this time. It's gonna be tough. Still have all that Vice utility to worry about. The Astra util. About to try to check. A bit wary. Maybe they're gonna set up for a B crunch. Another option you have available to you.
Margaret's here and gets a spot out there. As he drifted down through the pit, smoke going to be cycled over from Persia. As they investigate, trying to see, is there a wall on the opposite side? Instead, thorns get closed out, cleared out.
Aduh anjing.
Line sprayed forward. Xparrow, the hero of the previous round, dead on the ground. It's Francis.
Nice,
Gonna hold things
Strela,
down here on the
nice.
baby door clutch. gonna be good for one. Push up for Persia. Finding two is Dampy now.
Alah, anjing, 15-15. Emang sampai berapa sih?
This is nowhere close to being done.
Unbelievable. It's just such good reads from Nongshim on the timings of when RRQ is going to be in those smokes and when they can punish it. It's again Margaret this time. Great push out there. RRQ trying to hold the line, but Persia has been absolutely monstrous for Nongshim. He has really stepped up in this overtime. We go again.
Well, for anybody who is staying awake, saying, I'm just going to watch this one series and then go to bed. I hope you're wide awake now. Otherwise, hang in there, buddy. As Persia taken down to 51 from the Odin spray.
You can see how vital this A rubble control has become for these teams. So on the defender side, it allows you to get better reads faster to smother the other side of the map, but ooh, just dodging that seizes X-Pharaoh.
The tuck back. Here's the Prowler. Relay ball gonna be
Aduh,
Francis Dampy getting one pop.
2 orang lagi.
His attacker side has been the bane of both squads, but right now Nongshim in a fantastic position to close this out and get themselves to map point.
This one feels so difficult for RRQ. Still have the paranoia, still have a little bit of fade util to clear some space,
Babi.
but 5v3, very challenging.
Now be able to elude the C's. On at the ready from Francis, swing onto the corner. He's snappy with a headshot, shuts it down. Cushy on the floor. Dampy trying to stabilize, can't quite do so. Jemkin applying pressure from the flank. Trying to go here for the tap, for the hold, but Grabwell interrupts, has to wait it out, and Margaret is here, ready to strike. The closeout is there. Nongshim gain the lead. 16 to 15.
Segala
The map now in their hands.
iklan lagi,
Finally, somebody
babi.
was able to win an attacker side in overtime.
Udah ngamut lagi gua.
It's going to be Nongshim. That shot from Francis is ridiculous. They are really dialed in. Both teams are. Domby able to follow up so quickly. Kind of a crossfire behind Mound, trying to be set up for RRQ, but they can't get it going. The Busan viewing party loving what they're seeing.
Having heart attacks all the same.
Coba kalau menang giniin anjing, kalau gue di Korea gue giniin.
Oh, here we go.
Looking for a crunch, but going to be held at bay. Just too many flashes coming through. But it's going to be spotted over onto that right side. Paranoia now across. Monyet Cushy. 21.
Nice.
Cushy Monyet doing everything
Nice.
to keep them in this.
Nice! RRQ, bos.
No victories here on Lotus. This map keeps going.
RRQ, bos. Valorantnya, bos, anjing monyet, bos. Ada Cahya, anjing. David, Gelo, Jemkin, Maxim.
Punch for punch. And both teams keep landing heavy hits, but the other one's able to withstand and respond. Oh, Monyet winning that flank angle. Very nice, but really the story of that round was just that C-Mound crunch. Saw it earlier, seen it a lot on this map from Nongshim. And RQ thwarted it this time. They had the right response with their paranoia. They could get this defender side win again. They've been able to push out. They're controlling so much of this map. They even left C completely abandoned. That confident that Nongshim would still be fighting early for that rubble control. Now there's a lot of noise being made. Domby didn't go all the way in.
He's all on his lonesome. All is set, but if they continue to swing out, swaps over to the Phantom. Does he read it?
Nice.
Jemkin able to find the punish. Nothing else going to be spotted out. The strike now coming through onto the seaside. Paranoia sent. X-Pharaoh tucks back, gets away from it. Zombie tries to open up a bit more space. He's pushing forward. Some shots into the shoulder. A double face getting ready to come X-Pharaoh's way. He's backpedaled though, gotten out towards safety. Zombie wants to try to hound him down with that shorty, but the distance is just going to be too great to actually find lethal damage here.
Nice.
Push forward. X-Pharaoh finding it.
Nice, satu lagi. Nice.
Dead. There's the
RRQ, bos.
coming through. RRQ once again back in control.
That was absolutely beautiful from X-Pharaoh. Never gave Nongshim the opportunity to get two guns to bear down at him at the same time. It was just backpedaling, waiting for the reinforcements to arrive. He kept buying more and more time.
NS.
Huge win for Jemkin off the rip as well to open up some space on the map.
Nice,
He
Net.
was immediately on his horse to lurk, and that sent the other two players quickly over towards Waterfall. X-Pharaoh, man.
Let's go Cahya, let's go.
What a round.
Let's go.
Everybody's having their moments here in overtime.
Itu dia guys. Itu dia.
We are getting close to shattering records here. A couple more rounds played. And that'll be the most that we've seen in Pacific. Looking for the haunt clear out, but RQ, a quick push, disrespecting their way forward into C. Jemkin eating quite a bit of damage, Margaret. Lining up for the moment.
Nice.
Ivy,
Aduh.
shooting in hand. One pump, two jumps on the floor. As X-Pharaoh tries to claw their way back into the round and close things out. Snake bite down, Francis noted. Spike now being planted, the 3v3 coming through.
Aduh, mati lagi.
Just catches the stray. Player advantage now here in their hands.
Yet looking to see if there's any lurks. It's going to be the haunt out to check. Still the paranoia in play. Dombi thinking about popping the speed.
Haunt cleared. Dombi looking to try to rush forward, slides across the drop down, trying to play distract here. Persia, Francis,
Aduh,
split the
anjing.
difference. They picked their target.
Nah, ini
cut
dia
them
mod
down.
aing baru datang. Anjing
we
seru
keep
banget
going.
17-17.
17 to 17. Y'all talking about Zen vs. Loud earlier today. Best series of the year. You can get the hell out of here with that nonsense.
What the fuck? Nggak mau berapa ron anjing? 34 ron loh ini.
Chance, but this one stray shot. I mean, obviously this is annoying. Ivy's so good on that timing with that shorty. But then X-Pharaoh, once again, trying to be the hero. This shot from Francis, just heartbreaking. That shuts X-Pharaoh down. What a reaction there from Persia and Francis. Covering different angles.
Fuck.
Just shows that tremendous coordination, that experience that Nongshim has playing together. They're able to do maneuvers like that so effectively. RQ having to cede some mount control. Oh,
Nice.
Monyet.
Yeah, on the push out, able to find one. Tommy's still sliding forward and snapping. As soon as the blind dissipates,
Udah overhit nih dua-duanya
he's
nih.
able to find Cushy.
That's a lurker dealt with. So you can lean in a little bit more towards this C site. Kind of have to wait to see if there's going to be any more contact before you send some players out. Yes, you could send X-Pharaoh to do a little bit of lurking of his own. Right now, Nongshim decided to cut sound, try to go to the other side of the map, and it's kept 3 RRQ players stuck. Francis can do any damage here.
Oh, triple face out. Ready to come through. Francis still doing well to come away with a kill in that position.
3 lawan 3, jing.
Bit of damage on Monyet as well. Either way, 3v3. X-Pharaoh closest one here to this pressure, but Ivy
Aduh,
maybe
ada
slipping the net
Ivy
once
lagi.
again as Monyet comes strafing in to spawn. Meets his demise. Cover going out. Stray and X-Pharaoh now with everything to do. Noted and trapped here at drop. Stray, does he read this at all? Shadows traveling. Wants to offer up the smoke to block off tree. Ivy tucking back
Nice.
to Estrella. Snappy with it, brings it to a 2v2, but time is starting to tick. Downby now. I believe the shorty in hand. Waiting here. The other
Nice.
side, smoke with Estrella. Pinching from the flank. Able to find one. It all comes down to Downby. Swoops out. Slides back around the corner. Overdrive in hand. Zippity zap and X-Pharaoh on the floor. Red Bull clutch. Nongshim once more here in the lead.
It just comes down to the narrowest of margins. Ivy again.
Ayolah, ayolah.
Such an impactful kill in this round. When he lurks in to spawn and cuts off Monyet. That's the difference maker. He's been so crucial about finding those high impact kills. And turn rounds around for Nongshim. Another chance. Still plenty of energy there for Nongshim.
Fuck.
And we go again. 18-17, round 36.
I believe that this is the record. Perhaps tied, it may be broken if RQ can continue. I believe RQ were a part of the original record set. I believe it was them versus Zeta on Ascent. That 1917 scoreline, in fact, it was somehow destined for scorelines of this magnitude when tournament lives are on the line.
Cek lagi, jing.
Really difficult start to this round, trying to figure out where that vice wall is. They were checking B, now they're moving in towards C. The combo attempted, a lot of damage done.
Yep, it's getting quite a bit there onto Margaret. Sees at the ready here from Francis, could certainly disrupt this wall Or rather, if this push into B comes through.
They're lining up for the execute. Most of their util is going to be available. Francis trying to cut it off at the point of attack.
Yep, there's
Nice.
the but Jemkin planning his fate is able to find one. They get the reveal out. Francis trying to
Nice.
trying to find something. He's only gonna find death.
30 seconds left.
3v5 now to try to close out the map and take us over to Pearl, but otherwise RQ look to extend this, look to shatter records, and still look to get themselves a 2-0 win. The slow creep up here from Persia. He's been such a hero here for the squad round over round, but this time it's gonna be held at bay as the Thorns go through.
Aduh.
Tries to send to the paranoia. Ivy tries to play off the back, but Jemkin says no. Margaret swinging through,
Nice.
gets the headshot through the wall, but Xpero with the shorty will go ahead and collect it. Persia in a 1v5 has no hope of bringing this to a conclusion. 18 to 18, as this map is a never-ender.
This is just madness.
Nah.
RRQ here makes a good read on this.
Hai Bang Bacin, halo Ikwan.
Pressure towards C.
Welcome Ikwan, long time no see Ikwan.
Really feel that
Aduh, gue speechless banget guys.
response that
Gila,
they
ini
received
18-18,
earlier. So
cok.
they make the gamble that the
Mau
Vice
40
Wall
round
is
anjir.
that hasn't been a play that has been consistent for Nongshim. So you keep a few extra players over in that direction. Jemkin does such a
Ini udah
beautiful job on the entry.
kelas banget
3
ini.
kills in the round for him.
Well,
And we go again.
yeah, to quote Tug Speedman from Tropic Thunder, here we go again. Again.
Again. This is
Sehat Bang, sehat, alhamdulillah.
fun one to say the least.
Lama nggak stream, iya
I
nih,
ran out
sibuk.
of Red Bull way too early.
Yeah,
Main
we're gonna
mole
have to
Bang,
reload
aku
after
belum
this.
beli
If there's anyone
Elgato,
around,
paling
no,
mainnya
that
Magic
would be
Chess.
appreciated. Either way though, flash out, double face coming through, Dambi sliding forward, but not gonna be rewarded.
Nice, dapat
Getting
Dambi
taken down.
satu.
Solid efforts here from
Aduh.
Margaret. At the same time, Margaret pushing forward, takes some control over B.
Aduh.
Straight at Nick Sparrow, traded up.
Couldn't get that same play off the relay bolt they could previously, but Margaret's been so good on these lurks. Oh no.
Nice.
Cushy gets one.
Cushy able to find it, Ivy. Taking down Francis. Just trading out the Prowlers here as they get cleared. Cushy trying to hold things down.
Aduh,
but he
di
doesn't read the
belakangnya ada,
pressure from the
Jing.
back. Margaret with 3 here. Sends out the ultimate. The plant now coming through over onto the A site. Monyet, Jemkin glued at the hip. Francis tucks back behind the wall. Gonna have to make this clinical. They're gonna have to make this clean. Calling. SWAT team playing off one another. The shots ringing out, but Francis unable to find the contact. Means that Jemkin gets a second lease on life. Margaret still holding though. Now on for an ace to take Nongshim up to map point. Can he find it, or can Jemkin somehow dig himself out of this hole? He's anticipating the jump pick, but Margaret swings out.
Ku sekarang rank Epic 3, bagus Ikwan, naikin terus Ikwan sampai ke Mythic. Nanti mainnya makin berkembang. Sorry aku baca readnya agak lama nih guys.
Just a nightmare to deal with. This is a good response by RRQ to start the round.
Aduh,
To deal
Severo.
with that early Dombi pressure on Mound, something that had
Estrelanya
befuddled them
lagi
and caused them
baru
to
gua
lose an early
bilang.
fight. But then Margaret,
Gak
it's
expect
just
cok.
so
Hero
difficult to track.
Signature, Suyo, Joy. Oh, jungler. Bagus bagus. Berarti gendong tim dong.
And it's just Margaret. So good. Another player standing up tall. Who's up next? Whose turn is it?
There.
It's been just madness. RQ thinking, well, let's pause a little bit. Let's make sure there's not going to be another aggressive push. Let's wait to see if they try to clear A rubble. They don't.
Almost starting a round that we've had.
Yes, and that's concerning.
Nongshim. Every reason to take their
There's a
time
wall.
with this.
Wall tripped. Thorns activated.
Wall does get tripped. Thorns out. Margaret
My
not
blind
needing
is
too much
dead.
here from the paint shells this time. 3 players held at bay for now, trying to push their way out of tree. Now starting to work their way forward. Blast packing. Swing onto the corner.
Nice.
Jemkin, Cushy, want to pop. Margaret trying to get something done, but can't quite line it up. Sparrow finds another. Tambi does manage to interrupt. There's still plenty of time. Snappy with a second repeat, but now he's all
Nice!
brings it so
Monyet.
very close.
Gitu monyet. Nonton King Kong Sekis pakai hero jungle, bagus. Contohnya bagus. King Kong sama Sekis bagus mainnya soalnya.
Production, can we check with the all
Jangan
time
nonton yang lain,
record
itu
SPCT,
bagus itu mereka berdua.
franchising.
21-19, I think.
Sekarang lagi meta apa ya? Aduh, aku udah lama nggak lihat. Mole sih,
Is it
tapi
23-21?
Being told 40
kayaknya
rounds.
Assassin masih bagus sih. Joy, Suyo, Haya.
We're good to go.
Cuman tergantung tim
So,
juga.
we're good to go.
Kalau bisa main party.
We're good.
I'm having fun. I like the setup here from Nongshim. Even though they lose this round, that wall, the Vice utility is set up to force RRQ into that position. They've got the angles. It's just
Welcome
RRQ
guys
wins on
semua.
the swings.
Jangan lupa di like guys.
They're swinging the corners and knocking players down. It's so much of this is coming down to just individual moments. Who can hit their shot? Who can break things open? Because the playbooks are out the window. This is just on your own individual skill and reactions. You know, yes, there's some micro calls here and there, but everything you prepped for, let it go, because it's time to rock and roll. Looking for that wall. Didn't get it, too deep. So Donby, you have to go in a different direction. I'd like to see a little bit more attention. Yeah, keep these players planted for RRQ. Got a decent read that this could be A.
Ke B anjing.
Instead, there's nothing really going on at B. You have the toxic screen to cut off the front. Jemkin's watching from a link. That's all you're going to be able to really do. You might have to just see this site over. Play for retake.
Jemkin, quick exit. The paranoia comes across. B site opened up. Plant coming down. Swing onto the corner. Donby. Oh, has the sprint ready. Looking like he wants to take this aggro. There's 3 players here.
It's got Ivy to help.
Yeah, some pressure coming in from the back. 2 playing forward.
Nice.
Swings out. Jemkin strikes him down. Ivy. An opportunity maybe.
Aduh anjing dia
We'll be able to
belakang.
find one. Cushy eliminated. The 4v4. Monyet
Nice.
held at bay, but the B side
Nice.
broke it open as the Strayanix Sparrow. Find these kills. Francis, his attention's being tied here. Monyet's just got him
Nice.
taken down. The defuse will
Nice.
just be nothing more that Ivy can do.
RRQ bos.
Once again have match
RRQ nih,
Just
Valorantnya
great
bos.
communication, great awareness from RRQ in this round. They're understanding that a player could be behind them the whole time. Cushy's watching for Ivy. Even though he loses this battle, that's still good information. They're able to anticipate Donby being aggressive in towards A-Link and shutting that down without him being able to find a kill. There's still some energy.
I mean, for both teams, you need there to be, as of Nongshim especially, they can get this win. They are far from over. That Pearl would still be there. Right now, RQ have the upper hand.
W Gaming kah?
For Judge in hand. Looking to try to take him out.
Aduh.
It's a decent amount of damage there onto Ivy, but cannot confirm the kill. The rest of the team cut off. The tip of the spear broken. Donby considering goes for that swing out for a brief little moment there. Back off the angle.
Trying to show a change of pace. It got thwarted by that utility. Oh, Monyet gets cleared out of B as well.
Francis finding it. Ivy up over the top. Sparrow having no idea. One after the other.
Nice net. Nice net. Estrella jing ternyata.
Managing to persevere for a bit, but at 30 HP.
Get his ult.
He does get the ultimate off of this one. It's going to be a quick little TP coming through. Rotation's already beginning. He canceled it now, and it would actually be genius, but he's going to stick it. Plant under the corner, 8 seconds before he has a smoke. Persia encroaching on his position. TP's away, the haunt. Not getting the reveal, but he sends out some shots. The paranoia.
Wah,
So too
anjing.
is Donby. 20
Gelo
to 20.
40 round babi.
With no end in sight. This is far from over, but we'll go ahead and say it now. You all were here for this moment. You all were here for this series. History in the making, round over round.
It has been just such a treat to see both of these teams. Again, I tip my cap to the IGLs on Fracture, and they have to dig deep, but it's the players stepping up for both sides across the board. And they've got another reset, they've got another chance to try to seal the deal. Ivy has been so instrumental. The controllers, Persia and Ivy, have been devastating for Nongshim. RRQ, Jemkin, Monyet, everybody stepping up. Xpharaoh, don't forget folks, the first map was overtime as well.
Yeah. little bit faster,
A little bit.
just a tad bit briefer.
Fokus.
Jemkin, but we wouldn't have this any other way. Jemkin, yep, playing forward. Little peek out. Pain Shell's going to be going in as well as that Prowler. Quite a bit of damage.
Nice, Dambi-nya mati.
Trying to sprint out. Ends up getting taken down.
It's just great instincts from Jemkin there, sensing that they might not recognize that they can push that far forward, use their util to get a kill. Ivy trying to go on a bit of a lurk. Estrella's right around the corner. Holding close. Delay over with device utility.
Aduh,
Ivy
mati
wins again.
Estrella.
A bit of sleep at the wheel.
Aduh,
Here's
Kushi
Ivy.
mati, jing.
Comes up with 2. Continues to just deliver in the biggest way possible when Nongshim needed the most.
Ah,
And he is not
anjing.
done yet. The third for him.
Enemy remaining.
Persia will stop an ace from coming
30
through,
seconds
but he
left.
certainly is assisting in Pearl getting closer on that horizon.
This is just unreal.
Sparrow with a knife in hand has no idea, no read.
Ah, anjing, 41 round babi.
Can they close it?
Sides.
Can they make it a 22 and 20 score?
Wendy mana Wendy? Gimana Wen?
The controllers again.
Aduh, fokus jing.
I love this move from RQ, but then Estrella just gets outdone by Ivy. Tries to hold an off angle. Ivy's just so ready for it. He's ready for everything. It's Persia's turn. Come in and find 2 for himself. No timeouts to speak of. Just have to keep going. Try to find some way through. Dombi's got to judge.
Good hit.
See if he wants to get aggressive. No, just looked like he was going to try to hold that angle right outside of B main.
Oh, Persia. Such a ballsy play here. Given the odds here, given the numbers against him, but he's still somehow persevering. 2 kills bound, and he's not done yet. He wants to get back up on top of the box, but
Aduh,
will
anjing.
deny him. He's taken down, but Francis here in range.
Strike down
Comes up
A.
with 2, and Chimkin now. The last one
Bangsat si
standing.
Jemkin jing.
And no health, no hope, no way. Locked here behind rubble. The shorty drawn out, but the judge bests it. 22 to 20. We are far from done. Map
Anjing,
3 coming
42
up
round.
as Nongshim extend the series, and they take us over to Pearl.
Ente. Ente
What
banget
a
anjing.
show that we have witnessed. These 2 teams, absolutely no give up on either side today. And I thought Pearl was going to be the best map, but maybe it could be.
It very well still could be. There's plenty more Valorant on offer between these 2 teams. But good God, what an all-time banger of a map here for Pacific. The back and
Yellow
forth the
ini
whole way throughout.
42 round,
The
anjing.
record-breaking number of rounds. The aces from multiple players throughout this.
The crazy 4Ks, the crazy 3Ks, the lurks, everything. This
Udah
map
hilang,
had it.
jing.
The sticks on the defuses, everything you could want.
Look, chat, I know that you had some friends that watched that Send Loud series and they went, right, it's not going to...
Repetisi untuk kedua tim. Mereka akan coba untuk kontes karasi, mau coba pancing sear-nya. Habis itu mereka akan cari siapa yang dapetin opening kill. Karena begitu space-nya bisa di taking, mereka bisa masuk ke dalam site-nya. Dan penjagaan dari Nongshim Red Force dan juga Rex Regum Keon, itu pun caranya, stylenya sama persis. Ini benar-benar kayak ngelawan diri sendiri. Dan setiap mistake kecil itu bisa dihukum untuk masing-masing tim. Masa Davi yang beda umpan dari
Halo Bang Cin, halo Redeus, welcome.
di RRQ 50
Aduh, anjir lah.
ini bisa untuk move
42 round tadi kalau nggak salah, 42, 41 ya.
dari Nongshim.
Gila lo ini match. Sampai lemes cowok aku cowok.
Either Davi sendirian,
Lemes sekali aku dengernya.
Persia berkali
Tipis guys.
menjadi mimpi terburuk untuk Kings RRQ.
22-20, 42 round anjing.
Ya, MVP 38 kill dari Persia, sang beliau Omen 35 kill, Ivy 35 kill. Ini butuh berapa frag sampai selesai dan ternyata lu lihat kapan lagi, lu lihat nih ya.
You know, people say struggles to close out series, plays out
mean-
very long, drawn-out maps. And this is another example of it. We've had overtime in 2 maps in a row, and both of these teams heading into Pearl have been fantastic on the map so far this tournament. This might be the
Ente
series
banget,
of
guys.
This is insane.
Gak apa-apa,
This
masih
has been an
1-1 skornya.
absolutely insane series. That was an absolutely insane.
Masih aman, masih aman.
The craziest overtime, the longest.
Masih aman, masih bisa lah, masih bisa lah.
Stats page, bro. Just try to read it.
Masih bisa lah.
The server is 20. What do you mean?
Oh my gosh. I mean, okay, we just set a record here because this is the most rounds that has been played on that Pacific stage. It's absolutely crazy, especially since you take into account the stamina of these teams. You try and you flash back to that first overtime,
Gila, susah
and
banget
just
ini,
that
Cok.
ability to keep going and going and
Aduh,
keeping that
abis ini
headspace
kita
in to be
nonton
able to close
Paper
out
Rex,
one
apa kita
round,
main
at least
game,
one
guys?
I mean, it's so hard in games like this where it goes on for such a long time. That Red Bull that they drank before map 1 is fading away, the same as it was for us.
Wah, ini GG
You're getting
banget sih.
tired and you're so locked in the moment.
Yeah.
So, for both teams to have the stamina to take it that far, but especially
GG banget,
Nongshim for
42
coming up
round,
with the
guys.
upset map too. And we have a whole nother map, people.
Yeah. Forget a second win. They need like a 6th win at this point. It's really dragging on into the late stages, and there was just so much that happened that map.
I wasn't informed that Nongshim only play best of 5s, by the way. It seems that way at this
Jim was
point.
memeing about it, but it's
apparently it's true, especially since you had so many. You guys must be happy, by the way, with the players that you picked on here, especially you who picked double an RRQ, because look at just how many stellar moments we had on this one map.
Yeah, this was in regulation, and I was saying, man, how many clutches are you going to get? Margaret won multiple clutches. I wasn't even ready for the plays that were to come later on in the piece, and you even saw some of these moments where you get these A executes. Like, this game had everything. Margaret on the lurk was fantastic. You had some of the other backliners for Nongshim having a lot of impact with some of those lurk plays. And the reason why I wanted to highlight that as well is this exchange we kept seeing at front B every time.
Yeah, they love this default. We see this a lot from these different teams where you're controlling B and you're trying to control C to restrict them up.
There's the progression smoke. You see the double controller from Nongshim. They're actually able to do things like that a lot more. You can see them investing dark covers, investing Astra smokes, and then you see actually here on the defense, RRQ is looking to isolate the lurk. It's something you see a lot of the time with the fade. You prowl on front B to try to get the kill on that lurker. You move from like a 2-1-2 or a rubble control into a 1-3-1, and you try to push out the lurk front B. But that's when Nongshim opens the door and springs the trap on RRQ.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I feel like I could talk about every single round in this game.
They literally did everything.
Yeah.
They extensively went through the entire playbook. Then we started to mix gimmicks in there, like, I don't know, Sheer goes up and Ivy goes in front of it. Like, they tried everything to win.
Yeah, this was a complete playbook from both teams. I mean, there's just so much to look at. And another thing I really want to highlight was actually the role swap from between Monya and Estrella, because we saw a lot when RRQ were attacking now. The big difference is Estrella's in that pack, so he's able to call, and I felt like his calling was very sharp the whole way through.
Give the MVP to anyone at this
Aduh,
point.
ente. Gak apa-apa.
That last replay, RRQ just kept sending it C. Like, they just started saying, we're just going to execute C, even into a team that's running this double controller style, and you got the Vice wall every time with the shear that goes up on front C. Then they started moving it to B. There's just too much to break down, and really what I want to highlight is just the individual plays and the prowess that you got from a lot of these players. But Persia, who's had some up and down games, he hasn't been the same Persia that you saw.
Dolar turun, guys. Dolar turun.
8.000 game on Split, I think it was. He had some big clutches, but since then he's got a little bit more quiet. This was definitely
8.000.
back on form and
what the fuck?
Again.
Yeah, most of those, big clutch moments, it boiled down to like, Francis or Ivy, right? Who had so many multi-kills.
Magic
I
banget
feel like
anjing.
RQ's gonna be dreaming about Ivy so many times, tonight.
Magic
Especially when
banget anjing,
they get
8.000.
done with this series, because we're
Tunggu
not
Snapdragon
just
Selangor Red
just,
Giant buat
believe it or
comeback
not,
versus
we're going
Liquid
into
ID.
map number
Siap.
apparently.
Tapi emang
We're going
bagus
into
sih sebenarnya,
Pearl,
cuman
and
pas MC tuh aneh ikuan SRG tuh. Tadi kita cek dulu ini kenapa rupiah ke USD 8.000 anjing.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely disagree on this, but both teams 2-0 on Pearl. This is the map we were actually hoping for at the start of this series, not even knowing what was about to come.
And look at that graphic, defense first win rate 100%,
Target
attack
gue
first win
penasaran
rate
kenapa.
100%. One of these will not be true after this game. RRQ has barely had to play defense. They just run people over with Jet Phoenix, they run it down, and no one can stop them. Nongshim needs to be able to stop them, especially with these much slower comps. This is classic Nongshim, folks. This is double Senti with an Astra, single Init. Neon runs around and tries to cause a distraction, make space. Maybe Danby can get a little bit of multi-frag on if he gets the right entry pathing or gets set up well by the initiator util. So you're going to get a big clash of styles here from both of these teams.
Absolutely. RRQ have only lost
Magic banget cok nungguin wifi lu sampai overtime. Anjing sumpah Win, gue dari tadi pas Jemkin nih, Jemkin habis ulti Wen. Jemkin kan 3 lawan 2 kan. Jemkin lompat, sacel ulti, dar, mati 3 menang kan. Gue perhype aja, gue gebrak meja, wifi gue mati, sampai gue restream sih. Ini sampai match Peperex Indo Pride kan? Iya, gue sampai match Peperex. Sumpah gue hype banget tadi, Gelo. Sumpah. Meskipun kalah tadi ya 42 round, masih logis lah alasan kalahnya lah. Aduh ini, wah gue kaget sih. Gue lihat wah ini bagus, RRQ bagus. Meskipun kalah ya, cuman Estrella turun dikit naik turun tuh. Yang lebih keren lagi Wen, tiba-tiba rupiah turun ke 8.000 jing. Sebuah info jing, jauh banget 31, tanggal 1-nya 8.000. Aduh, ada apa nih?
It's incredibly hard to rationalize for both of these teams now. It's a real test of stamina, it's a real test of their mental fortitude, and that's what it comes down to on this top level. Both these teams are evenly matched, but it's going to come down to who wants it more.
Yeah, for sure. I think these are the kind of games where it gets this deep into the series. People start whiffing, classics become impossible to kill. Sometimes teams are winning ecos because you just can't get the spray downs.
Katanya cuma turun ke 16.000 dari 18. Aneh cok. Ya elah Fabian dengan Aaron Sikip, aduh siap. Tapi Aaron bagus sih.
With the 100th map in this series, so don't go anywhere if you want to find out who takes this series. Just a short break.
Wah, gua nggak expect sih. Tadi lo kok cepetan di sini ya, 6 menit lagi, ini 8 cuk. Coba kita restart. Oh iya deng, udah 0053. Nah ini kok masih 6 menit. Wifi gua kenapa nih? Masih 6 menit cuk. Oh, udah 40 detik lagi. Aduh, gue speechless cowok ngeliat RRQ mainnya bagus juga sih. Stratnya bagus lah, good walk sama Warbirds. Cuman ya kan tergantung player juga. Kalau lagi seri begini wajar sih. We know the feeling, the mental. Kalau udah 20-20 tuh adu fokus ya, kurang fokus dikit lah, wajar lah. Masih oke lah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of an extended break to get the players
Wajar lah.
all nice and
Yang
rested
gue bingung
and
tuh ini
ready
aja
for this
nih.
third and final map elimination
Tara,
still on the
tiba-tiba
line.
turun jing,
As we jump
rupiah
into
jing.
Pearl to see which one of these teams is earning a spot against Talon, and which one will have
Kok
their
Leslie
kickoff cut
masih
short.
alive.
I mean, I was
Si Les
so
kah?
looking forward to this map because of how
Udah
good
enggak
both
ini.
these teams can be on it so far this year, but didn't expect to
Oh,
get here quite
masih.
in that fashion with crazy amounts of overtimes. It all comes down to
Vero,
Pearl.
Kusi,
And
Jemkin,
We've seen
Monyet.
it in the past. You know, both these teams no strangers to overtimes. RRQ, they've been there before many times in the past. At
Nih,
the Ascension
emang
Finals,
apa
against
namanya?
Boom, it was no
NS
shit at
tuh
times,
neon
freeze up.
banget jing.
Same thing, they were able to barely
Si
squeak
paling
it out.
neon dah pokoknya.
Who's gonna come through on here on Pearl? I don't know. It is a very different clash of styles between these two teams with the way they pilot this map.
Put that last map a little bit into perspective for you. We
Gua
were
sampai nggak
already in
sempet
overtime
turun
when
buat
Jim got
makan
that
ini.
ace with the triple kill on the showstopper.
Yeah.
How long ago do you think that happened?
No idea.
43 minutes ago. Oh god. Approximately.
I
Fuck off
I
lah.
don't know where I
Jago
am right
banget,
now.
And the
Jing.
game just kept going from there. Anyway, enough about Lotus. Be
Aduh,
damn sure that
tiba-tiba
both teams
cok
have
42
ejected that from their
round
brains.
anjing.
As it all comes down to this right here. Salvo's going to be sent out. Getting off a little bit of the push down towards this B link, but RQ widely still just storming their way past.
Alah,
But
mati
Margaret
lagi.
planning his feet, able to find one, finds two as Monyet
Satu
and
tukar
Jim can
dua,
both get
Jing.
taken down. Fast on the rotations here on Nongshim.
Klasik tuh lurus nembaknya anjing.
The remaining three players from RQ get the spike planted.
It's a huge play from Margaret.
It's a very deep entrenched plant here, and right now no one's watching over towards Club.
Uh-oh, Persia.
Straya just sights back there for a brief little moment. Persia creeping around the back. Dambi trying to drop out. Persia does get caught. Straya able to find that kill. Swing onto the corner.
Satu lagi.
Because she's going to be good for one. Dambi trades it back. Is
Nice.
Sparrow. With a
Nice.
massive advantage and with the
Itu
whip
dia.
pistol
Itu
goes away
dia.
on RQ. 3-2 in that
Itu dia
regard.
guys.
They take the opening round here on Pearl.
Onyx PH memang terbaik King Kong Kara Super Prince. Ya, dia mainnya teratur guys kalau itu. Dia karena setahu gue ya, dia ngikutin gameplay MOBA itu MLBB 2. Cara main MOBA tuh seperti itu. Tapi emang jujur ya, kebanyakan orang yang main MOBA MLBB ya, MLBB 2. Pas main mole itu jadi oke. Gue benci sama Neon ini, Neonnya ini nih. Neon mulu. Gak ada hero lain jing.
It's gonna be something that's really curious to kind of keep track of as this goes on. Is one reason you bring Phoenix into this map is because you can really maintain heavy orb control, but RQ is playing very cautious, very concerned that maybe there's some kind of trap or some kind of explosive setup where you turn a corner, and all of a sudden there's the full forces of Nongshim with Dambi throwing a relay bolt in your face.
Indo Pride.
Now they're going to be much more diligent, checking every angle along the way. But Ivy, all the recon dart, going to let one of his own fly. Gets a ping on a 2 though. That's so much info.
It is. Salvo's tried to delay. Throne. Checking forward here. Back around the corner. Jemkin now looking for the entry.
Nice.
Up into the smoke. Ivy trying to find a timing. Let's end up getting that kill.
Nice.
France is going to be good for 1. Puts Monyet on the floor. There are still 4 players.
Nice. Gelok Jemkin.
Transition. Find himself a 3K RQ. Getting that
Gelok
2-0.
Jemkin kelas gitu dong.
mean, honestly,
Speechless gua
I
tadi.
think Nongshim plays
Gua
this
masih
about
belum
as well as
beres,
they can
Cok.
in terms of their macro.
Masih speechless gua ngeliatnya.
Guns aren't so much in their favor.
Game apa ini, Cok?
Still feeling it. Still pretty
Astagfirullahaladzim.
well dialed in. As exhausting as that map had to be, you still got to play one more, folks.
Maxim, let's go Maxim. Gua udah bingung mau berkata-kata apa, gua udah nggak bisa bawel lagi kayak tadi, Cok.
I mean, we saw it even deep into that
Astaga,
overtime. The both
guys.
teams were still pretty loud, pretty vocal, keeping their energy high. It's gonna be very, very crucial as this map goes on. Especially if you lose a couple rounds in a row.
Mereka bye. Oh iya udah 2-0 ya.
That focus and attention.
Aduh, Margaret dapat lagi, dapatnya Jemkin
That's
lagi.
Jemkin down.
Off the back of him, having a hell of a round. Great opening kill found here for the side of Nongshim. Just catching him on timing through that smoke. Francis checking forward, won't be able to get the ping out from that stealth drone.
Now they just have to
A-nya 3, B-nya jauh.
out a little bit. There's that vice wall. Use the drone to
Nih guys,
check.
lihat guys. Ini udah mati di sini.
Clear with just one, I think, but a couple different guns right
Aduh,
now for
susah nih.
RQ, so information garnered. Nongshim now needs to hold the line.
Corner looking for the catch. Still anticipating some presence
2.
coming out from A main.
Ini di sini 3 sini. Aduh, yang penting bisa dapat dulu, dapat
It's
mid
gonna be a
gak
pivot
dia.
call here from RQ.
Aduh, di sini bahaya sih.
Francis on the way. Salvo at the ready. Does he send it? Goes on the jiggle peek grab. Does get set up, but it's going to be late for the combo. Instead, we'll just try to go ahead and slow up the approach onto the site. The time
Aduh, Dambinya udah
dwindling.
rotate
20
lagi.
seconds remaining. Stun. Looking to go out. Flash on the corner. He's fully blinded up. Manyet's able to collect one. Dambi though looking to reinforce his position. The spike still not
Dambinya
forward here.
dekat lagi.
Into the site. They have to fight their way through it. But Dambi
Nice.
is trying to shut the door here in their faces. Manyet able to find one. Margaret now watching out onto the ankle.
Nice.
Down 2. The snapback off the ult. The plant needs to come in. Just enough time remaining. As Persia spotting one. Flash dodged away from the up.
Nice.
Monyet
Monyet.
with 3. Gets
Itu
RQ
dia.
bonus conversion.
Itu dia.
That is
Cahya
so massive,
Nugraha.
Manyet doing such a
The
great
Bali
job
guy
there with
is
those
good, man.
curveballs.
So fucking
Stopping
good.
The Tejo.
Itu dia.
Stopping the Neon.
Itu
and
dia.
then stopping the
Dang.
clutch.
Dang.
So good. He had the ult there as well.
That's my dog,
To
man.
buy just a little bit of extra time
Dang.
to set up Estrella for the
Yang
kill
benar
on the
WhatsApp
Margaret.
nih.
That was a beautiful
Bukannya
round
komen
from
ya?
Manyet.
Like
A
dulu
little
guys,
bit
jangan
of
lupa
stress
guys.
there on his face, of course. But he got the job done. And now RRQ
Pearl
gonna
RRQ tuh
try to
bagus
really
guys.
build some distance between themselves and Nongshim.
Kind of over the top, getting the spot out there on Tampi.
Shopee gua nyala anjing.
Forced away here for the moment. They're out on the rows. It is a double stack setup here. As Relay Bolt looks to try to shove him back.
Ah, aduh, kena lagi Dambi. Ah, Dambi.
Comes away with the kill. Xfero able to find items.
Duh, satu
Francis
tukar dua,
put him
Jing.
on yet. Just with the salvos, this round starts turning a bit sideways here for RQ.
Xfero wary that somebody could be hiding in the smoke, but it's actually on the outside. They do have some space cleared. Estrella has got pretty far down. I think he's right by that vice wall waiting.
Nice.
Next Xfero big kill.
Aduh, Severo.
In response is Francis. Keeps him in with the man advantage now. Weapons can be recovered. Dambi and Francis can both go ahead and scoop those up as the plant comes in onto the B site. Estrella holding
Anjing, banyak
close,
banget, Cok.
about going for the
Wah,
pick, does
anjing.
so. He's just greeted with his own demise. Cushy looking for the clutch. Shock dart would take down Dambi.
One kill and he gets the Hunter's Fury.
Here's the rotation. Gets the spot out, finds the first,
Nice.
finds the second. He's got the Hunter's Fury. Just gonna go for the shock. Sends out the first one.
Aduh.
Swoop out from Francis.
Aduh, sabar. Kushi. Brian, sabar Brian.
For Nongshim to get themselves online.
Ini heboh banget gue ya.
Just when you thought maybe RRQ
Maghrib,
was going to be able to build some
Maghrib gue diem dulu guys.
Who am I kidding? We've had
Ini
two
dapet
overtimes.
lagi, Jemkin
It's
gak
not
dapet
allowed.
nembaknya, Cok.
This is just a great setup there. I mean, a little bit whiffy, but I'm very okay giving some forgiveness to these players at this point in the match. This is sick from Cushy. Oh, that second on the
It's great, but actually what this is, going for the Hunter's Fury, a bit risky because he knows that the salvo is going to be off cooldown.
That's true.
He'll be pinned in position, and then he'll have to likely go for a cancel. So, I mean,
point.
if he hits the first blast, then maybe, but I think that's going to be the reason why he opts to not go for the ultimate. See when it does come into play here.
I don't blame him for what he did. I think it's when you're that far pushed forward, I don't think it's worth going for that Hunter's Fury.
Oh, Margaret, feet on fire, but able to go ahead and track Jemkin out of the sky.
Dapat lagi Jing.
Not too much damage going to be suffered from him either. He's knocked down to 81. Maniet puts up the wall, just needing to get some heals through.
His first kills been really nice for Nongshim. Just still very heads up, very aware. Gotta rely on Maniet to clear some space. The drone
be cleared out. Flash going to be sent in. Margaret
Nice.
collecting one, Estrella
Nice.
back alongside Cushy. 3v3, Ivy may be looking for a bit of a timing here. Recon going to be sent out as there's
Wah,
relay
belo,
bolted. Dambi
anjing.
immediately assassinates the enemy Sova.
Good God.
Sparrow on his lonesome.
Ente.
Ready for Dambi's position.
Tapi di sini
Kill comes across,
bagus.
Nongshim get themselves a second round win.
Combo
Di sini
off of that
bagus
recon
pada
dart.
Ararki. Ayolah.
Absolutely brutal. Ivy and Donby showing great coordination here. Great first kill for Margaret. Good flash. Set him up for the second. And then this push out with the relay bolt as well. Yeah, just nothing that RQ could do there. Completely stuck in B lane. It's a nice counter move from Nongshim. They're starting to find these moments to get these util combos to really give RRQ some grief. Starting to find the choke points. They can, even if they lose a player, just respond right back with two of their own. It's going to be the Blade Storm for Jemkin as they are on the Eco. They're going to try to make their way through. See if they can get in. There's so many ultimates here for both teams. This is kind of a cat and mouse game of who's going to be willing to invest them to really get this round to go.
Everybody grouped up here, ready to push the wall. Drift across the updraft, dashing towards the screen. Jemkin
Aduh,
desperately
anjing.
needing that shot, but he cannot find it. France at the same time again comes away with a kill off the back of the salvo. Oh,
Dapat lagi
spray
Jing.
across Estrella going to be taken down. And looks like this thrifty attempt here from RRQ is not going to be holding water. Still thrown, facing forward, will get cleared, but all the info that Nongshim need has been garnered. Flash and send, spot on
Nice.
one. Quick turn from Maniet.
Aduh.
And he manages to
Nice.
find one. Xfero
Ente.
also puts up
Ente.
solid effort there with the stinger in
Ente.
hand. They take away 2 weapons.
Nice try.
Nongshim get things tied at 3-3.
Well, none of the ults got used other than, of course, Jemkin's Blade Storm, but everything's built up for both sides. This is a very, very important round in this half. With all of these ultimates available, who's going to be able to come on the better end of that cycle? Could be a difference maker, no doubt about it. And this Tejo, so annoying from Francis. He's so good at piloting it. Ivy's done a great job with the util. Dambi, man. Guy's just all over the map. Able to find a way to shut down this orb control. Does have the overdrive. Felt like popping it, but this
Ning gua
time
sampai
around,
diem cok, lemes
RRQ
cok.
ready to square up, try to deal with it. They hid their extra forces, but Dambi's playing very, very cautious, sliding on back. Arc control being taken though. I decided Nongshim, just Estrella left to watch mid. This is a very, very strong push. Nongshim's not getting any contact anywhere else on the map, so should have a pretty good read on this.
Yeah, there's the Torrens to try to slow up the approach. The sideboard. Oh my god, Dambi just getting right up on him. Even peeks the backside of the wall. Gets rid of Maniet's ult. Would have expired in all likelihood anyway, given that the wall was raised and locked him in position. This is
Bang Bacin dapat salah.
RQ. Maybe think twice about this, but again, time's
Waalaikumsalam.
starting to tick. 40 seconds remaining. Pivot not really in the cards anymore. Instead, it's going to be a cosmic divide sent out as the overdrive gets popped from Dambi. Stillgarden sent in, as is that Armageddon. Maniet going to be taken down. Ivy still sat back, playing it quietly.
Alah.
Catches Estrella completely unawares. The spike nowhere close to being brought forward here into the site.
Thinking about saving at this point.
Oh, I
Aduh,
mean, they
speechless
absolutely
cok,
are.
udah
Cushy's
diem
just
cok, udah
hoping that
lemes gua.
they don't somehow check this angle or flush him out with any kind of util.
10 seconds left.
Certainly
So
they
they have and read it as he played patiently. Well, finds the first one, looks for
Aduh,
another.
anjing.
And Francis
Spike down A.
will deny it away from him. The face forward. As Xfero makes it a little bit more costly, but
Ente.
I don't think Nongshim are too concerned about the cash, as they now have the lead.
Bentar guys, gue
4 rounds
matiin
consecutively.
FC bentar.
It's just great setups again. This time the Vice Wall in a very unexpected position, and it stops the
Unexpected
ultimate
position.
from Monyet. It was so pivotal in that bonus round win. Can't get past that wall. Then the Steel Garden comes through right as they're making their execute. Nongshim just makes quick work of it. Really good reads. Really good reads. And yeah, I was going to say, gotta have a timeout here because Nongshim is thwarting you at every twist and turn.
Slightly better scoreline than we've seen from the previous 2 maps, where it was 5-2, but it's always been after that 7th round of play here from RQ, consistently having rocky starts to these maps.
Yeah, it really does feel like some of the expectations they have, some of the kind of game planning they do kind of goes out the window pretty quickly because Nongshim's really good about making adjustments. They're really good about saying, oh, they're doing this. And in this particular moment, it's like, okay, they're getting past our front lines, like, let's give them that little bit of extra space sometimes, and then let's use our util to really smother them. We have the Tejo. We have a really good opportunity to bully them at the choke points on the map. They've done that a couple rounds here. This time they use the Vice utility to do so. And Donby's just running all over the place in front of it, just causing problems. So now you got to really dig deep here for RQ. Well, what can you do to respond? It's got to be a little bit push and pull. You got to find ways to get that utility out without losing players to it.
I'm back. Mana FC?
Because of Tejo, it makes it a lot harder to get that orb control.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Francis is well aware
Udah lemes gua.
Yeah, we'll want to try to collect
Alah.
those as much as possible. Second shot not going to connect, but Jemkin already dead. It's a very good start for Nongshim in the anti-eco. Thing not going to be found. As flash forward, Francis does get caught by that a bit. Turn on the flash. Xfero desperately trying to win out this fight here. Gets a bit of damage though. Reloads and continues to scale forward, taking some space with a flank
Nice.
his way.
Aduh, ada
Quite
di
gonna read that.
situ.
Same time though, Monyet eventually able to collect his pound of flesh. Francis is going to be taken down.
Alah,
Shot
si
to the wall,
anjing.
however.
Alah.
Will collect 2. Now just leaving Estrella desperately trying to find something.
Estrella ngapain? Esteller.
Going for the knife, but it will just be the shoring and a 4-piece there.
Esteller ngapain, Cok?
Ivy's out there playing surf maps. It's absolutely incredible.
Ngapain
That
Esteller?
movement was brilliant.
Nembak apa? Aduh, Pakgun
Just made it so
Korea.
Estrella had no hope.
Sebel banget
Finding
gua.
great timings there through that wall. It's been something Nongshim has been really doing so well today. Really annoying for RQ to deal with. They have the timings down.
Keep up.
They have these great senses of when the RQ players want to push through smokes and when they can punish them for it. Seen just about everybody on the team get involved. They're going to leave the spike back this time. Donby with an operator. Had to clear that drone, so has to leave as he gets pinged. It's going to open up some space here, but again, RQ waiting this out, taking their time, trying to work the map a little bit more. Especially with that operator there. Be a little bit extra careful. Not sure if they heard the drop down. Trying to use the smoke to obscure that. Monyet's got to be careful. So when that drops, he doesn't get around that corner in time. He just barely does.
Gets out. About a second to spare. I'll be not spotting anything. Still information here. As RQ are going to have to find an opening elsewhere. It's like Art and A main.
Dia udah 2 inisiator ya.
Jiggling on the corner. The wall at the ready to push.
Nice.
Down. He's not quite prepared for it. Salvo going to be sent. Jemkin for the entry. Gets ahead of it. Gets himself positioned on top of the box. Persia. Ooh, I believe maybe spotted out the head there. Should suspect that it's going to be somebody tucked away in dugout, especially now that the spray comes through. They have it all confirmed. Shorty in hand, jump up over the top, the right click spam. Persia going to be taken down. Damby eliminated moments before.
Spike plant.
As that's the Steel Garden committed here from Xfero. Weapons out of their hands to wait this out. 2v5. I think if Nongshim pull this off, it'll be back-breaking for RQ. Francis just around the corner. The salvo's coming through. Xfero knows exactly where he's at.
Aduh, kena lagi.
Francis find 2 kills. 2 more to go. He can find 1. Even then, the death would still give him that Armageddon ultimate. Swing out, the tap's coming through. Finds the head of Jemkin. Starts pushing forward.
Nice.
Go for the readjust.
Esteller, ayolah Esteller. Jangan, kok kalau tadi one on one kalah gue hujat loh
But that
Esteller.
is still a lot of damage suffered by RRQ.
Sumpah.
Barely scraping by with the round win and finally breaking
Sumpah.
a round win streak.
Terakhir kali RRQ kalah di Heaven gara-gara Esteller.
For Nongshim, nice. Jumping pistol shots there for Jemkin. Great job by Jemkin. Kind of using that wall against Nongshim a little bit. Able to get on top of it initially and then immediately jump over to the box. They were able to wait that out. There's a bit of a combo attempted by the side of Nongshim with that
Nabakkah
wall using
rupiah
the Teo
USD
salvos
turun?
as well. Try to do some chip damage to RQ, but RQ pretty well prepared for that positioning. The wall's gonna be in
Masih?
the same place this round for the side of Nongshim. Now you're looking a little bit more info. This time the spike is in hand.
Kenapa
Domi
turun?
behind the screen. With that operator, are they going to be ready?
Sih nggak percaya gue kenapa turun.
Oh, Jemkin absolutely is.
Yep.
Goes for the peek up. Jemkin takes his head clean off.
Kan gue nggak lihat tiba-tiba Dambi mati.
Tucked in towards halls.
Ada Bang Bacin dalam RRQ.
Peel off some
Anjay.
pressure should he start hearing noise coming his
Kelas
way.
Ekwan.
Anyet's got the ult.
Now just jiggle
Follow
back.
doang ya tapi
Really spot
kalau
out,
Mobile
Timon's
Legends
there.
tidak.
Till that one.
Could get you some info as well for the Hunter's Fury if you try to go for the kill.
And while Monyet's gonna go ahead and start storming his way forward, Hunter's Fury does come through, immediately snaps him back, looks for the follow-up shots, and Ivy has it read to
Mati.
perfection. Margaret now
Nice.
swooping forward over towards B-Link. Ends up getting taken down. Armageddon opening things up, the red carpet paved here for the
Nice.
side of Kuchi, who starts working his way towards the site, spike in hand. And as the dust from the old settle, it is going to be Persia, last one standing.
Spike planted.
Spots out the first, gets the headshot, but cannot confirm the kill. Seems like because of that, might just opt to back away, go for a save.
Yeah, there's not much left to be done. You're already at your ult, so there's some money in the rest of your teammates'
Timeoutnya
pockets.
berapa tadi?
Don't need to go
Udah
digging
timeout
any
belum?
further.
Udah harusnya RRQ
Stuff by
1.
RQ. Good diligence, even though Monyet gets kind of red on that ultimate. The follow-up plans, the delay on their own. Cushy waiting patiently to get the info on where he can use his to set up the teammate's entry. Be a bit of a bait with that Hunter's Fury for Jemkin and the like. Get through and get that kill, so good timeout again for RRQ. He's got them some round wins, has got them working the map really nicely, being really diligent.
Nice. BNN gue BNN bagian nice.
Commander of Nongshim, though, have the money for the buy economy not yet broken
Ah,
down, but
dapat
there's that
Jemkin.
opening shot.
Kelas banget
Handling
Severo.
Jemkin in that round. I like the ult from Ivy, kind of the Hunter's Fury equivalent of the
Timeout balik.
Victor's, knife on scream. Where he just waited out the ult and was ready to just backstab him as soon as it expired.
Yeah.
Breaks it himself and then
Gua
it's like,
kalau
"Oh, I
main
know
Valo,
exactly
guys.
where you're going."
Yeah,
Layar
exactly,
kalau
exactly.
zaman-zaman
That was pretty
kompe ya,
cool,
zaman-zaman
honestly.
serius banget.
That's-
Nih layar nih,
Every
gue bisa
time
begini
you
nih.
catch the ult,
Nih,
you
depan
beat
komok,
its
Jing.
ult and then clean out the player where they were standing.
Buat fokus
But,
gua.
yeah, it's been again another back and forth. Just these two teams are so evenly matched right now.
Fokus depan layar kan tapi
I was
kalah.
kind of wondering about the relative power levels of these two squads. With RQ falling to Genji, Nongshim just barely falling to DRX. DRX then comes through, handles Genji in a 2-0. Granted,
Warbirds,
the
come
second
on.
map was really close. But kind of led me to start thinking as we were running in today, I'm like, man, Nongshim definitely can get this done. And either team certainly could win this one at this point. It's all going to just come down to little things.
Endurance,
Yeah,
micro
endurance.
plays, the back and forth, even here as we get to Pearl, just seeing how neck and neck it is a testament to that exactly.
Let's fly.
Udah lepas gua.
Well, A orb control
Kita nonton nyantai aja
continues to
nggak
be
sih?
100% maintained by Nongshim. Pretty interesting that they're so good at reading where RRQ likes to set up, like the pre-match study really seems to be focused on that for Nongshim, and it has caused RRQ some problems. They've
Okay.
lost players or taken damage. This push out of the smoke is going to be dangerous if they go for it. Okay, I think they're just going to leave Jemkin.
Here.
Rose gets the flash. Ivy gets the reconfirm.
Doesn't get the tag, so no counter swing coming through. Just be a back away. Hard control. Conceded. Francis. Lone watcher. Over here at that B-link position as Ivy swinging out.
Aduh, dapet lagi anjing dua.
Both gonna be taken down. The duelists on the floor.
Nice. Aduh, bukan nice anjing kebalik. Gue pikir Wifi yang mati.
Cushy was getting the hit, but it was the other way around. As Ivy finds another, and Nongshim to pull off a flawless here to regain the lead. That he is. There it is. Flawless confirmed. Francis
sampai kalah gitu goodbye guys.
Frag out of
Kita
control.
nungkong
Nongshim
pebrak
get themselves
jadi.
up to 6. Potential for another 6
Dukung
and
si
6 half like we
Jadon.
saw in the first map. Otherwise, perhaps a 7 and 5 once more.
Francis has been incredible this year for Nongshim. Obviously the IGL, but the fragging as well has been ridiculously good in every match they played, basically. I mean, you were thinking, you know, Persia, Ivy were kind of the two heavy fraggers
Korea
for them
kunci
last
ini
year.
anjing.
This year, Francis has really been stepping up. That being said,
Jadi
you still
benci
see
gua
great
sama orang
moments
Korea,
from Persia and Ivy
babi.
like we saw on Lotus. But it's been quite a glow up for the IGL, this squad, really leading the charge, both with the weaponry and with the brains. Blade Storm popped again, Stinger behind it for Jemkin. Ivy's right around the corner this time, completely different position.
So RQ, they're very wary about a potential position here inside of Art. The ball, thought better of here. The double face, ball going to be noted. Drone coming out, not going to go for the chase though. He just opts to back away.
Really nice from RQ. Good diligence, not falling for any of those traps that she was trying to set up. Those are the salvos.
Just more great time buying as well here for Nongshim.
Yes, absolutely. Because pretty soon here, you know that RQ is going to have to make a move, and you can react a little bit quicker to that. Goodness gracious, Jemkin. Just doing a little check. I thought he might push a little bit further there for a moment, but just seeing if he could catch Ivy.
38 seconds remaining.
Hanya rame cowok.
Peek in from that connector. Otherwise, Persia on the site. Reinforcements from Francis. Just tucked back at Flowers. Stars starting to get placed. The call to rotate begins as Downbeat's going to be sprinting his way through. Jemkin up over the top. He's going to be taken out of the skies. Persia's able to find one. Cushy trades it back. Salvo now coming through as there's the ping reveal. Knows that this is clear up close, but Cushy finds the timing to go for the peak. Finds the elimination. Downbeat now trying to stave them off. Finds the first. The spike gets planted. Time to play with now here for RRQ, but everybody is fairly committed. Everyone here within the site. The double face forward. Fighting one. 90 health between the two of them.
Ayo Kus. Nice Kus. Itu dia Kus. Itu dia Kus. Bisa comeback RRQ. Kelas kamu Ikwan. Kelas kamu Ikwan. Kelas. Kelas kamu Ikwan. Terbaik kamu Ikwan. Aku udah lemes Ikwan. Tak bisa berucap kata-kata lagi apapun aku. Terdiam, terpaku aku. Ajan lah kita dia. Lu kerjain tugas lu tuh, kata Cahya. Lu kerjain tugas lu. Ku minat RRQ Hoshi. Oh ini ya, Mobile Legend. Siapa? Player idola kau. Ini siapa? Skelar. Sutsujin. Oh ya pasti. Sutsujin pernah main di MPL Malai kan? Ikuan. Ayo Warbirds. You're the US guy, man. You repost my story. Ye KGE. Sutsujin pernah main di Malai, MPL Malai. Cuma aku lupa dia main di tim apa ya. Sebelum di RRQ itu seingat aku dia di sana. Gua kasih karambit lu Korea anjing. Ini karambit Valorant guys. Versi champion, kelihatan gak sih? Nah, anjing, green screen-nya. Kita udah kayak streamer besar guys pakai green screen. Tapi green screen Nvidia itu work kalau bajunya tidak sama dengan warna lain.
Start the check out into A main. Nothing spotted. RQ playing quite far back. Star at the ready, just gonna be grabbing the orb here for Francis.
Razorvine really far back on A site. Jump can be able to play right around the corner. Monyet as well would have those curveballs, but looks like instead Nongshim thinks better of that. Some damage. Looks like
Traded out. Francis down to 37.
Xpero took the worst of it. Initially, Francis took down to.
Nih menang siapa nih guys? RRQ comeback kah? Kita bikin voting kah? Bikin voting kah?
They feel like they can kind of overstack this, catch them on a timing.
Salvo sent. Tambi ready to lead the charge. Spike in hand here for the Neon, and Margaret able to find one. Monyet going to be taken down over at Secret. Sparrow trying to answer back, but Margaret good for two. Plan now at default. Jemkin, nothing more that he could do. Just trying to work his way out of Flowers. Maybe gets a spot out. His stealth drone. Oh, it's chasing behind Tambi. He's already gotten all the info for you. 3v5 in the retake. Two players low
Ayo,
on health.
kita bikin voting coba guys.
They know where this Neon's at. They can hear him. I think that's probably one of the scariest things about it. Peeks out of the smoke, rushes forwards, able to find one. Cushy takes down the enemy Neon, but Ivy will just press
Fuck
up.
that shit, bro.
Get the kill, ties it as far as the pistols are concerned in the set, and Nongshim will gain the lead once more.
But even though RRQ had a decent inkling that this might be they're caught at a point where they're kind of backpedaling a little bit, and then they try to challenge that angle, and Margaret wins it. That's the round about done and dusted at that point. Margaret picks up those two kills towards Secret.
Fuck you, hey Sipit, anjing. Aduh rasis gua, sorry.
Pivotal moment again.
I'm too racist, man. Sorry.
The other team finds that
Fuck that.
crack in the defenses. Is able to find that big moment, get that big multi-kill. A bit of a spot there onto some of the players of Nongshim, but they're just happy to take the orb and move on. That's been another big thing that's really caused a lot of grief here to RQ, is they're not able to really cycle Monyet's ultimates as much as they would like. They have less ability because of the Teho, because of the Neon, to control that A orb in stark contrast to how they normally can play because of the Phoenix. The longer range utility that Nongshim is able to bring to bear, it's very tricky. Now over towards this A side again, different stars this time, 2 in a row.
Kita nabung buat ke Korea nonton Rereki.
Close out, grab well to further delay. RQ just trying to stem the tide here on this approach. As Margaret flanking out.
Nice, Cushy.
There at the end, Cushy able to go ahead and collect the kill. Pick the ghost, but still is going to be kind of devastated as far as his health is concerned. Fast lane now sent through here from Tambi, but some losses suffered.
30 seconds left.
The Guardian hands Tambi swoops around
Nice.
the back, ends up falling. Monyet comes away with that elimination. The shot
Nice.
interrupts the
Cushy.
plan. All of a sudden it's just Ivy left standing as this is a hell
Nice,
of a
itu dia.
RQ.
Itu dia.
Winning out
Itu
the
dia.
eco to keep
Itu
things
dia,
neck
guys.
and neck and bring
Kalau
down the
Joykus tadi
economy
daripada
so far from Nongshim.
Sujin, siap.
It's a massive win from Cushy and Art.
Siap, berarti kau belajar dari Baby Ujin kan, belajar Joy-nya. Ujin linknya juga bagus kok, meskipun Favian OP sih, jujur ya. Tidak merendahkan Sujin, tapi biasanya kayak Favian itu linknya bagus. Suyo Sekis, I think belajar Suyo studinya sama ini deh, sama King Kong. King Kong better, in my opinion.
Wall is here, kind of the typical B Vice setup that you'll see.
Nice.
That second shot does register. Tambi take it down. Stuck here into the corner.
Nice.
Along the thorns.
Spike down.
Nongshim
Nice.
held it back,
Nice,
held it
gitu
place.
dong.
And
Itu
no
dia.
time without mercy shown.
Itu
Flawless
dia.
round here from RRQ.
Yap, King Kong better ya kan. Kalau Asarji tuh gameplaynya oke lah, better lah. Cuman memang the quality playernya not good at all.
I mean, we're already at the point
In my
where I think we've played,
opinion.
15 rounds on this map, so it's
Dari
83 maps played today.
ku tengok
Rounds
dari
played
itu
nice.
dari M6.
Thank God it's not maps.
That's more than some teams like play in their year. Not really, but
Well,
their tournament cycle.
guaranteed there's probably a team who's played less rounds in kickoff than these two teams have played here today, like almost guaranteed.
Oh yeah, any of the teams that went out, 0-2.
Yep. But it's been just such good back and forth. So many good reads, so many good counter moves. Every time there's a lot of patience being shown by both teams. Nongshim or anybody, even RQ will every once in a while kind of just dial up some pacey hits. But especially with device in play, you have to be super cautious of where that wall is going to be. And this time, it's been moved over into art for RRQ. Drone stalled, not cleared, but doesn't really get much info out of that except for somebody shot at it. You don't know who it was. You can guess.
Kaya. Kalau mereka nge-push ke
Not yet. Over in.
artnya dijaga sih, oke.
This time they're abandoning it.
Cuma harus
Considering
benar-benar
the A
dicek.
hit. Stealth drone cleared. Can still with the outlaw.
Here.
Locked in on the angle. Shot not going to connect this time. Down being able to get away from it. Slides into the back. And not yet going to be taken down. Salvos finding that kill. Jemkin.
Nice.
A bit of a rough spot, but I thought that Dambi had noted him. Either way, the shorty comes away with value. I'm just pushing his way
Aduh,
through the smokes.
tipis Ji.
Cannot find another limb.
Aduh, tinggal STLR
Shut
tuh.
him down, and now
Planted.
it's just Estrella in a 1v3. They're trying to stop things from getting tied up. He cannot. Solid straight
STLR,
down. Persia
kebiasaan STLR.
stops in place. Gets us
Pak
back to
Gun
parity.
STLR.
8-8.
Well, this time the util maybe deeper than RRQ is expecting. Once again, Lanyet puts himself behind the box
Nanti kita
on A
pesen
site.
burger ini aja guys, ke
This time he gets caught
minta diantar
by the
ini.
salvos.
Mager gue kesana.
That's good adjustment
Kalau
from
takut
Nongshim.
kalah
Something
coba
that gave
bete.
him green
Abis ini Persib main.
rounds ago.
Abis Persib
So this time
timnas
they're
futsal main.
more diligent about making sure that space is clear.
Ada dua.
Force Jemkin off the angle. Get the kill.
Persib
onto
bisa
Lanyet.
nonton di PC.
That's basically round over at that point. Again with a sniper.
Nah, aduh nggak
And he
kena
just
lagi.
get a
anjing.
hit there. Francis take it down to 6. Top of the orb. They really want to try and bait this peak. They narrowly managed to escape.
Francis kena ya.
Just a step late.
Jemkin himself eats a little bit of damage, but now he's on a reposition. In towards mid, where Margaret is going to be noted.
It's RRQ, you've got firm map control. You have so much idea of what's going on.
Deploying drone.
So there is a ping out right on a Cushy. He's got to get out of dodge.
Shock dart sent, not finding too much there. Now B just shrug off the slows here, the days. As Salvo pushes it straight into the corner of the Rayleigh. Bolt will be able to connect. The Thorns, however, keep Dabi locked in position. Keeping the IGL protected here for the moment. They're trying to flush him out, however, Dabi will eventually be able to go ahead and collect.
Nice,
Monyet
Monyet.
arriving,
Aduh,
finding
anjing.
one, but then cut down from Persia on the flank. She, a similar situation.
Nice.
Manages to find the shock dart kill onto Francis, but not before the spike can be planted.
Still a chance.
Aduh, delon 3 Ji.
You can break through, get it down to just you versus Persia. Very doable, especially with Dombi so weak. Oh, the timing around that corner.
The exploration.
Nice.
Dombi re-peeks for the
Nice.
kill. Able to find Ivy now. It's
Aduh,
all on
nge-lag.
Persia. No body block in position there for the gravity well. No hold to half. They get back onto it. Concuss goes across the swing out. Persia finding the first. It's held to half. It's all down to Jemkin now. Retaps it. The time is not on his side, and Persia gets the Red Bull clutch. As
Gue mau
Nongshim
mukul
retake the
meja.
lead at 9-8.
Ah.
The Princess of Clutches is back. He has been so good today for Nongshim. Last year, it just seemed like any time Persia was in those scenarios, he was good for it. But today again, coming up big when they really need it.
Curang coy, ini tuh main di Korea. Jadi yang teriak tuh orang Korea semua Ji. Makanya gue bilang gue pengen ke Korea sebenarnya ya, pengen nonton RRQ terus RRQ menang gue giniin.
very, very nicely.
Shutdown. Shutdown anjing. Mati dong goblok. Salah kan gua.
Astrea's life a nightmare.
Unschool anjing.
For a moment.
Maksud gue chill out.
Swing onto the
Nice.
corner, Jim
Aduh,
gets
aduh
one.
anjing.
Tries a straight
Nice.
back, gets Dumpy as well for its troubles. Upgrades a weapon, but Margaret through the smoke takes down Xvarrow.
You are divided.
As Cosmic Divide gets invested, Jemkin wanted to play forward ahead of this. Sealed Garden invested. Takes away the weapon. Shorty at the ready, tries to clear out the thorns, cannot make it happen. Shock dart, into the wall, Cushy. Unable to find what could end up being a very critical chip damage. Everybody here from Nongshim gets disconnected back into main. Salvo at the ready. RQ needing to get the tap out soon. There it is. Salvos get sent. Forces them back. Start scaling forward once again, ready to spam through the smoke. Jemkin trying to hold on to the defuse. Estrella able to find one. Margaret going to be taken down with their bolt. So very low. Jemkin at 1 HP. Estrella needing to deliver yet another elimination here. The hold. He gets it up to half, but now it's all on Jemkin. Finds a headshot onto Francis. Taps it again. Tries to bait him forward, but Persia
2 kali Jemkin, Cok. 2 kali.
will be standing tall.
2 kali anjing.
Cannot escape the blast radius. But Nongshim gain a lead of 2 rounds.
Gua jadi nggak mood nonton Paper Rex. Gua mau nonton bola juga.
I thought this one, RQ might be able to get something going off the back of finally a successful blade storm for Jemkin. Usually it's quite goodness, Jemkin. That is a good shot. That's gonna get another timeout as Nongshim has found a lead, has found 2 rounds, crucial rounds that they're ahead.
Wah, gua udah lemes, Cok. Kayaknya gua Indopret. Bodoh lah, gua nonton di handphone aja ntar. Gua nonton bola udah nggak usah lah. Udah bete gua.
The longest overtime game we've seen in VCT.
Ada timnas futsal lawan timnas Argentina, Cok.
On a map that's been very good for
Tapi
both
bapak gua
teams.
nonton Persib anjing di TV.
But it seems like right
Gua
now,
nonton futsal di mana?
Nongshim has a better feel for the map control. It seems like their ability to string some of their utility together
Suku langganan
just a little bit
anjing.
more impactful
Vision
than
Plus.
RRQ's. RRQ needs to get some more value out of that Phoenix. They need to find moments when Monyet can set them up to knock some Nongshim players down with those curveballs. That's really where you're looking. That extra layer of value. But the Tejo, so oppressive from Francis. So good at clearing angles. Helps when Francis is fragging too.
That it does. 17-14, 9.
Kan lagi heboh USD turun.
It's off the back of the timeout. A very quiet start here.
Kita harus menang, biar apa?
I'm really just concerned that maybe this
Biar
will go where with the run it back,
membalas boom e-sport yang kalah sama
explosive
NS
play to
anjing.
mid. Just try to set up some kind of crunch, from the double doors. But just kind of a patient setup right now.
Press out onto Cushy. Shots avoided though. Tucks back behind the box.
It's drawing a rotation from Monyet though. Checks. Goes back. They're sending all that util to the other side of the map to set this up, but finally the ruse has been discovered, but Dombi decides not to pull the trigger on the execute. Just gonna use the drone to clear some space. God, they're pushing and pulling the map so well right now.
Yeah, they're keeping so much attention over towards A. Monyet back there at Flowers, looks like call to rotate, maybe coming through. Cushy, however, holding over at Link. He's already let the drone go. It has a recon dart. He's wary about the approach here from main, especially as some shots start ringing out.
Right here.
Sar setting up to try to feel some pressure here, but already the
Aduh,
flood
malah
onto the site
tiba-tiba
begins.
nih.
Dombi sliding here into Halls, finds the first, cannot get the second. Monyet going to be taken away out of his ultimate as Ivy refills space over at Halls.
Nafsu, jing, sabar.
Monyet is dead. Just Jemkin and Estrella
10 seconds
left to try to play this one out as Nongshim look to get up to 11. Their economy about to be in the dumps. What does the call look like? Jemkin's been spotted for Estrella.
Ah, Estrella lagi,
Simply
sisa
have to run
sendiri
away.
sih.
You have to hold on to this weapon. Nongshim with 4 left alive. Just be
Sumpah NS
2
harus kalah,
steps
cowok gua nggak terima jing.
from
Si
taking this
tolol ini
series.
anjing.
Well, we've been here before. So I'm not calling this one over by any stretch of the imagination. But man, oh man. So
That hurts it.
there's a lot going on that you might not see on your screen unless you're really keyed in on the minimap, and that's particularly the Tejo utility. They're using some of those guided salvos over on the B side while they're making their way
Lemes gua.
over towards A.
Nonton bola aja gua
So
anjing.
they're pulling rotations
Bodoh. Perpanjang
over towards B
gua.
while they're shifting to A, but they still don't feel comfortable with it because Manyet's actually not doing a bad job trying to be in position to be there to shut down the executes. But then when they pull the
Emang
rotations
bau, cowok,
A,
kalau
when
gua
they've
nonton,
gotten all
cowok.
the way to A link, that's when they make the double back.
Kita nggak usah
towards B.
nonton deh.
And it's hard for
Kita merem aja,
RQ.
guys.
They're constantly being kept guessing, and they're gonna need to find ways to get a little bit better info.
Nggak ngaruh sih anjing.
Because they have to
Anjing
play a
kalau
little
gua
bit further
nonton
back. They have to
kalah,
play some of these
cowok.
tight angles because of Monyet.
Kemarin
because of
juga
Phoenix,
Persib
because of how
gitu.
cautious they've
Persib
come into this.
Bandung.
They don't have that confidence to take space early. They don't have the ability to take A main control. And that's starting to really cause problems in their ability to create favorable angles, create favorable rotation timings for themselves. Finally, they're going to get a little bit of space. But at what cost? I mean, if Jenkin keeps holding there.
Another very quiet attack coming through. Stealth drone about to peek in through the double doors. Gets cleared out by Cushy off screen, but the judge, I believe, has been revealed. Jemkin now dash, not pop. The swing out. He's off the angle. Tabby able to collect. His Phantom outdoes Jemkin's Vandal. There's Monyet trying to get tucked alongside this Nebula. We got it set. Try to go ahead and clear out that backside. Molly sent there on the entryway, but Monyet and Estrella already going to be taken down. Cushy around the corner. Persia low on HP.
30 seconds
Gets the
left.
regen shield back up.
Planted. Launching thorns. Thorns are alive.
Cushy's just waiting for the peek out here. But given that he has the judge, has to fight with the classic, and does manage to come away with that kill. But they need to do so much more. In a 2v3. Thorns set up Shock to clear that close right position, the gravity well, to pull them off the angle. The snap,
Nice.
Cushy finding two. Ivy, however, gonna be ping revealed, has the Hunter's Fury. They take the fight, they're looking for the timing. Cushy, 5 HP, taken down, looking for the stick, but Ivy gets the Red Bull clutch. He does not give him the opportunity. He does not let them get to 9.
Nentod.
Nongshim
Udah tadi
get themselves
Wifi.
up to series point.
Tai. Pulang dong RRQ,
I
cowok.
thought maybe Cushy would do something about this, but Jemkin there, just out-dueled by Donby in that moment, and then they are all hands on deck for this execute. Great confidence and great support behind Donby, even though he gets taken down by Monyet, and then Ivy just barely able to best his counterpart.
Udah
in
gua nggak usah
Cushy.
denger,
Cushy
gua
was
nggak usah
so
pakai
weak at
headset,
that
jing.
point.
Nggak
I
usah
thought
gua
that would be a
denger.
good opportunity to
Ini
use
kalian
that
aja
skill
denger
guard.
lah.
In the back of my
Ya,
head, I was
nonton
thinking
aja
that
lah.
Xpharaoh
AJG.
might as well just throw it. You're in that same situation
WTF
where
momen
you're gonna have to
ini.
win 4 or 5 rounds, you know, just to get into an overtime potentially. Might as well go for the ult cycle.
Fastlane sent up the wall, baited out. Now just a cut of the noise. Some slow drifting towards the side of the map from RRQ.
Dan terjadi
Finally just
lagi
Estrella lingering back on A.
kisah lama
Molly at the
yang
ready, the drone up over the top to try to scout. Spot him, I believe, at least 2
kembali.
players there. Maybe just trying to poke and prod here, pull their attention every which way. Molly set. Nami looking for the relay pull, but Monyet instant with a headshot, does manage to find it. Hunter's Fury gonna be opened up, looking for a target. Margaret with a spam forward. To find one is Xpharaoh.
Xpharaoh
He's trying to play anti-flash, but
ngapain?
Francis just swoops in. And he crushes their hopes and dreams. The plant in play, Jemkin Estrella. The last one's left, the last hope for RRQ to try to stick around in this map, to stay in kickoff. With just 2 Guardians to try to make it happen. The dash, pop, the swing, Francis shuts him down. A 3rd kill, looking for more. Will not be rewarded with the 4, but Ivy will get
Thank
that
you yang udah
done.
nonton.
13-8. Nongshim fight
This is
tooth
Bang
and nail through
Bacing.
Lotus.
See you again.
They
Bye bye.
endure. They get us the pearl.
Nentod
And they
anjing.
absolutely strangle RRQ out of kickoff.